Russia and Ukraine are struggling to contain the effects of one of the biggest humanitarian crises unleashed due to the war, the breach of a key Ukrainian dam. It has triggered a massive flood downstream. At least 7 people have already died in the flood-affected areas, and the political blame game is on. More in our next report.
A warfare strategy, a humanitarian disaster, an ecological catastrophe. The breach of Novakakhovka Dam could be all of this and more. 600 square kilometers of land is underwater and over 40,000 people are affected. But it's the political blame game that is speaking. World powers point fingers. Who blew up the dam? Russia accuses Ukraine of destroying the dam with artillery strikes. Even at the International Court of Justice, Russia has maintained its stance.
Actually, Ukraine did it. The Kiev regime not only launched massive artillery attacks against the dam on the night of June 6th, but it also deliberately raised the water level of the Kakhovka reservoir to a critical level by opening the gates of the Dniprovsky hydroelectric power station.
Ukraine, on its part, blames Russia for blowing up the dam on the Dnipro River. The dam was breached on Tuesday, forcing thousands to flee their homes.
We were moving about in this boat. We found another boat right there in the center. We took it out of the water and started rescuing people. There were people everywhere. They just didn't want to leave. I mean, they didn't have time to leave. The water came very quickly.
I was trying to climb into my house through the window, but that's impossible. The water was this high. Everything is gone. It was flooded.
Dozens of villages and parts of the regional capital Kherson have been flooded. The river divides the territories currently held by Ukraine and Russia. Rescue operations are underway on both sides. The warring sides have even accused each other of shelling the flooded regions, disrupting evacuation efforts. Russia says Ukrainian shelling killed 2 evacuees in the flood zone. Officials say over 2,600 houses were flooded in the Ukrainian-controlled area. Russian officials say out of the total area affected by the deluge, nearly 70% is in Russian-controlled territory. The Kakhovka Dam also provided cooling water for Europe's largest nuclear plant, Zaporizhzhia, which is under Russian control. The UN nuclear watchdog IAEA says there's no short-term risk to the plant. The dam's reservoir level has fallen by a meter in the last day as water gushes out. Thousands of fish have died as a result. Looking downstream, there are fears that thousands of hectares of cultivable land would be rendered infertile for years to come due to the flood. The ecological imbalance triggered by the flood could also take years to restore. Bureau Report, WION World is One.